All right, welcome back to the bench points. A little weird episode, maybe a little Wednesday episode, maybe. We'll see. We're back.
Man, good to be here. We're so happy because we're recording this, and then the next day, we get to see each other again.
Yeah,
And we know Denny Apti is playing. At least we hope.
we hope. We're 90% sure.
That was exciting to see last night.
Yeah.
So it's good to get another game in. Do we have a beer bet for this game? Am I allowed to go side on the Timberwolves? We've done some Warrior stuff. Am I allowed to pick the Timberwolves?
I think you still owe me one beer.
Wait, but our last... Okay,
I think our last one was for it to be 3 or 1. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, yep. Okay.
Maybe I'll let you do with the spread. We'll see.
Zach's never used the spread. He's like, why didn't I do this? And that was the first time where it was like a 10-point one. And
Yeah,
the
and they
Blazers
still
still
won.
end up winning. So he's
Yeah.
like, text me late into the
Yeah.
night about that. Okay, well, that's exciting. Well, I still have a terrible microphone, if you guys can tell. The
They can
PS5
tell.
thing. Yeah.
They can
So
tell.
next week, hopefully, it'll be good. I brought Zach on and previewed it a little bit with him, and it's just like, we have to talk about these standings.
Mm-hmm.
I look every day, and East and West need to be mentioned. So I thought I'd just run through the East, starting with the East, because that's what caught my attention with this all. It's like, the East is starting to ramp up, and I'm starting to take a little bit, there's some fear building in a good
Okay.
way. I think there's some exciting players. You mentioned last podcast how there was some all-star switches to the other side a little bit, James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Um, But the top six, let's start with the six. Detroit Pistons number one, two Knicks, three Celtics, four Cavs, five Toronto, six Sixers.
Yeah.
Now those Knicks, they're 9-1. Lost pretty poorly to the Pistons, almost by 40.
Yeah.
But I kind of have to take them a little bit serious. The Celtics, Jayson Tatum, Cleveland, Harden, Toronto, Brandon Ingram being named an All-Star, this
Yeah.
replacement All-Star. And number six, Sixers. Entertaining games. The Sixers probably play one of the most entertaining games and one of the best home crowds. I just seems like that stadium's always rocking. It's something VJ Edgecombe has implemented a little bit here.
Yeah. I think we're enough games in that it's kind of sifting out, filtering out. Like
Yep.
the true colors are floating back up top. Cavs are get back up there. Like Cavs are 4 seed. We you could have said that they were a train wreck like 2 weeks ago, and they were, but like they're still the 4 seed. Um, the Cavs, and the Celtics and the Knicks. I bumped the Cavs and the Celtics kind of together. The Knicks and the Pistons together a little above them. Um, I don't know why, because Pistons
You see what
won
you
one playoff
see. You see what you see, Zach, and
for
you
sure,
know.
and they're playing really well. Young team. Obviously, we know anything could happen in the playoffs. Um, Sixers are floating up, which they have a talented roster, so that makes sense. And then everyone below them kind of just fits kind of where they should. If you were to like the Magic should be better than the Heat. Granted, the Heat are still eighth, which is above, like not above anything, because that's like where you feel like where they should be. But you'd think the Hawks would be better than them.
And you're
You
not
don't expect.
speaking on the play-in kind of realm because I think we strongly believe unless something were to happen, like another suspension of someone's star player.
Hmm.
We strongly believe, I imagine that these top six seeds are kind of solidified. And then, it's the typical East play-in, but with at least two exciting teams, and that being the 7 and 10.
Hmm.
You were speaking on the Miami Heat, and I imagine hopefully you wanted to touch on the Atlanta Hawks, right? You love talking about the Atlanta Hawks.
I know. I mean, I think they're more talented roster than the Heat at some points. Um, Jalen Johnson's just been playing well, and they've just been hot and cold. They can. I mean, I know it's the NBA and everyone can beat anyone and anyone can lose to anyone, but they're underperforming from what I thought they would be preseason.
Oh, there's no doubt in my head that one of the two coaches on the hot seat is the Atlanta Hawks, Quinn Snyder.
Hmm.
I think we've said this time and time again of just the talent level that is there. We've liked Jayson Daniels. Obviously, it's hard to compare a guy who had such an unexpected season last year do something like that or better.
Hmm.
Okay, I get you. Nickeil Alexander-Walker's been fun.
Really
Kristaps,
good.
you enjoyed 17 games worth of him. Jalen Johnson is emerging. You got rid of the Trae Young situation, but no, it does not matter. You've said this multiple times. They are underachieving for an Eastern Conference that seems bare. That doesn't even include a healthy Giannis, and you're still sitting at the nine.
Yeah,
He's
like
he's
with
he's on the
Dyson
hot seat.
Daniels filling the void, Okongwu is a solid NBA center. They should just
Yeah,
be better than what they are. 26 and 29. That's just you got to be 500. Like
that's
they're a
Bulls numbers.
500. Huh?
That's Bulls numbers. You
Yeah,
gotta.
yeah, they're right next to them.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the losses have to come somewhere, especially
Hmm.
getting beat up on some West Coast teams as well. But Zach, I don't expect them to fire him, but who's to say after the Memphis Grizzlies and Denver Nuggets last year heading into
Hmm.
the playoffs? I still believe that they'll ride through with him for the whole season. If he for sure doesn't even make the playoffs, gets kicked out of play-in, which we find very likely with the
Yeah.
team that's below them, they're done. And then Doc Rivers is not going to want to coach a rebuilding team. So
Hmm.
if they decide to now speaking in the lower half, we'll jump back up to the Hornets, but give me one moment while I'm talking about the Bucks. You know, with the Bucks, if they're planning to fully tank or just like, hey, we'll compete for our pick, Giannis chill. This is our vision to maybe gain a top pick, and that might attract or just help with the rebuild. Doc Rivers is not going to want to be for there for that. He's
He-
never
He's
been.
he's been vocal about that. I think the team. I don't know. I think they want to lose deep down, and that's why they signed the great Cam Thomas. I mean, why else would you do that? I mean, I know some Bucks fans around me have been like, "Have you seen our bench? We don't have any." Like, do you think Cam Thomas is worse than Gary Trent? And in my head, I'm like, he might lead to more losing. In all
There's a
reality,
chance. It was a confusing signing. Were you a little surprised with what that's the team he wanted to play
mm-mm.
with?
Whatever team can give him a green light.
I think that's exactly it, Zach. I mean, you have to think about something like this. Hits his fifth year, got waived in the middle of that fifth year. He's an unrestricted free agent now.
Mm-hmm.
So he can sign wherever he wants. Where does he want to show off his play the best? Now, some would think that making a strong impact, if teams wanted him on a contending team or a team that was shooting for a playoff run,
I think that was few, if
few.
any. Like I don't think he's not obviously not getting his pick of the crop. So he's like, oh, do I want to move to Toronto or do I want to, stay in the U.S.?
I thought about the Houston Rockets for a second.
Sure.
And I also, honestly, I watched the Memphis Grizzlies Warriors games last night. I don't, Brandon Podziemski still had a good scoring game, but it's terrible looks, man.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having Cam Thomas on my team if if we weren't planning on signing Pat Spencer to a full contract. I would take him in a heartbeat, Zach. So it's just
Sure.
I was questioning that move this week. I'm just like, okay, in my view, he's doing this to show off that he still has something there to maybe go. I'm not even saying he's showing off for the money. He's not showing off to get to a good team eventually. Then later on, he's
Hmm.
showing off to where he who he can get paid. And if he has that opportunity, like you said, a green light, which he would have a strong opportunity to do so,
Yeah.
that's why he's there.
I don't know what his value is. I could see him signing like a 2 for 15.
Oh yeah,
Is
that could
that probably
easily
the range?
happen. That could easily happen with the hardship with his being able to make a market and having to accept his own qualifying offer this year. That could easily happen. Yeah, Zach.
Sure. I'd say
Okay.
it's around there. I could see him
Let
signing a 2-year deal.
let's get it back to the Charlotte Hornets, man. They were 9-1. A tough game last night. We were actually down in the living room watching it. I don't know if you kept a glimpse of it, other than a couple ejections of a five total people, one including a coach. The Hornets did lose to the Pistons. I heard the arena was packed. There's some videos of the online of just the lines outside. An amped game. It felt like the crowd was there on a Monday night, Zach.
Yeah.
It was
Good for
great to
them.
see. Oh, great for them. Kobe White is back in North Carolina too. He's bringing that energy. in street clothes on the bench, I
Yeah,
should say. He did not play. Teskey did ask me, our roommate and future friend of the pod, he did ask me who's Sion James, who's the really buff guy, who's the guy who has the
rookie
biggest arm. Yeah, that's the rookie that's forming his Lou Dort body currently.
played at Duke. Like,
Yeah,
got to know the guys that play
yeah.
with Khan and Coop.
With the rest of the East, I mean, I'm excited for the Hornets and Zach. I do think they could probably beat the Atlanta Hawks in a series, man. The Atlanta Hawks don't seem like they're gelling like that, so I'd give my best to the Charlotte Hornets, who seem to be running it up right now.
Yeah, yeah, we actually Tesky and I actually watched a game when he was here, and it was the Hornets versus the Cavs, which was funny enough. So that's the
Hornets,
second
man,
time watching a Hornets game.
still funny, still funny. And the rest of the East, let's skip it, man.
Yeah, I don't want to talk. Let's go back
Okay,
to the top of the East for a
okay,
sec.
okay.
So the Knicks get Jose Alvarado. I'm just trying to like
Please, please, let's talk about it.
curve some corners around. So the Knicks get a Jose Alvarado bench piece. Think it'll be good for them. He played really well his first game against the Celtics.
Prime
Uh,
time.
huh?
It was prime time,
Yeah, I
morning
watched
game.
it.
Me
Um
too.
yeah, he played well and he's just a bench guy that just giving them the depth that they need with especially with Deuce out and they just thought he would fill the void, which I think he does. Got one of his patent pending steals.
Dude, he brought the energy like nobody's business. They had him on mic'd up, just asking him. He is a teammate. Yes, he already has. He's not on a contract here. He's not going to
Hmm.
care as much. He's doing the team player thing. He knows he's a role player, clearly.
Hmm.
I was a little distraught. They did a similar thing last year, different coach, but they brought in DeLon Wright instead of
Hmm.
Jericho and getting rid of Jericho Sims, which his, you know, size would have been welcomed a little bit. But, Tyler Kolek, though, had a good NBA Cup game. I think they need someone a little bit more trustworthy on that end and just some backup, help in case something like Jalen Brunson going out. Jalen
Yeah,
Brunson, I guarantee will miss at least one playoff game.
putting it on the books right now.
I'm just he seems to do it. He runs his body to the brink. It's
Sure.
very common, and I get it. He was exciting, man. I accidentally tweeted Mick Brown from the weekend, live tweeting it, so I deleted that this morning. Sorry, guys. Um,
So Knicks get him. That's their big acquisition. Pistons don't really do much. Kevin Herter don't even need to talk about it. They're still 39 and 13. And then the Celtics, they got Vooch for Simons. Um, helps their front court. I mean, they're still gonna play Kata a lot and probably more than Vooch, but it could be pretty even.
he didn't look amazing.
No, but he's gonna be a player. Like he's gonna play reasonable minutes that like it's gonna be tough, but once he gets going, he had a few good passes to like he posted a guy up.
Good
They dumped it
one-handed
to him.
rebound. Yeah.
He dumped it into the corner right away. It was a really good play. But this Tatum thing, man, assigned to the G League, playing 5-on-5 now. Um, I'll be the first to report that Jayson Tatum will be back February 27th.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'll report this. It's
Okay.
a home game against the Nets.
Good
He wants to come.
practice. Little practice squad. It's like playing the G League practice, but for the NBA.
Yeah, Missoula sent down Hugo for like he's
Hugo
sending out
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. Yeah, he's sending out guys.
Wait, as of recently?
No, send him down to practice with JT.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Oh,
yo, yeah, telling you, JT's gonna be back, and I think he could shake things up big time. If there's no team that's adding that good of a player, besides we can talk about it in a sec. Cavs adding Harden, which has looked good. Um, but yeah, this top of the East should be fun. Pistons are young. Knicks are golly. Cat is so tough to watch. I know I'm bouncing right now, but Cat is so tough to watch. And there's some flaws in their team.
oh yeah.
Celtics could beat anyone, can lose to anyone, will shoot 53s, and then the Cavs just got James Harden, who's Darius Garland wasn't playing, so adding James Harden is insanely
Well, if they didn't have James
bad.
Harden last night, they wouldn't have won against the Nuggets too.
Not, yeah, they can beat anyone too. They're playing
Donovan
well.
Mitchell looked ecstatic, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
So happy to have someone playing beside him like that. Yeah, the East, that's what, when we do this prep, I usually have about like 20 tabs open, and the number one tab I op have open is the NBA standings. And I was like, I already checked it this morning, but I'm like, let's take a deep dive. Where is everything at? And I'm just like, Toronto, Philly, oh, they're in the right place. Orlando Magic deserve to be at the seventh seed, and everything
Mm-hmm.
looked perfect. And now, Zach, I scrolled down, I looked at the West. I would
Yeah.
say, I'll phrase it like this. The West has the up and coming new era right up front, and then the fun, exciting other players and teams that we like trailing. It's amazing. So let's break it down. The first six: Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, Timberwolves. Thunder, Nikola they're a Topic guy.
Nikola Jokic.
Nikola
That
Topic.
that's a dynasty.
That's a dynasty. He's coming back. He played a little G League time.
I saw that.
I don't think it's going to be impactful this year, especially since you can just easily play Jared McCain over that.
And so
Um,
late.
Spurs breaking out, but staying kind of steady. I think the hype train's left a little bit, but they've maintained this record. Thunder are 5-5. Spurs 7-3. They're going to deal with some injuries, the Thunder, and the Spurs just need to stay comfortable. Nuggets, surprisingly, man, 5-5. Blew the Knicks game. Not blew it, but didn't execute on the OT there.
Mm-hmm.
Blew the game last night. Has some work to do.
Yeah.
Houston Rockets, I think we're going to get into them a little bit uh, next segment here, but staying there, Zach, I do not know how they're still fifth in offense and fifth in defense. Their luck will run out.
That's insane.
Lakers, yeah,
Lakers, I'm shocked they're still that high.
yeah, they're luckily 6-4. Lakers will win some good games here and there, mostly playing better at home here, as obviously. And then Timberwolves, which we'll get into them. I mean, Timberwolves, I went on Sunday, and we're going tomorrow, and I saw a couple games previously. We'll talk about them. Zach, who's jumping out at that top six is there that they shouldn't be, whether they're playing out of their mind or playing and they're just getting lucky and they're actually worse than what their record is.
Out of the top six, I am also shocked that about the Rockets stats. You said five and fifth and fifth. I haven't watched a ton of the Rockets. I will say that they are not always on my league pass. But the Lakers, I'm shocked about. I thought they'd be too old and couldn't guard. Um, and Aiton goes in the biggest ebbs and flows of any center in the league. It feels like he can drop you 20 and 15, and then he'll drop you 8 and 5. So
Yeah.
I would say it's the Lakers. I definitely thought the Timberwolves would be past them by now. Um, I thought the Timberwolves would be past the Rockets too, but there's still 3 games in the loss column back, which
Yeah,
is
but
very
only
tough.
only actually separated by one game.
Yeah, in the win column,
I
the
mean,
loss column
no,
kind of matters.
games behind if you look at how they rank it through the standings. Um, yeah, it's a little tricky. I expect the Lakers to drop to six, Timberwolves to find their groove a little bit here. I mentioned that time after the All-Star break, people get it going here a little bit.
Mm.
Um, the only team that could sneakily take the Lakers out is, in my opinion, is the Phoenix Suns. It's not the Warriors. Um, the Warriors would probably maintain where they're at. Um, I see the Suns; they could easily take their spot, and they like playing each other, and that would be a fun playing game if it so happens to fall like that.
Yeah,
In LA, you got Delon Brooks coming into town. I'd be very curious to see what that energy's like.
that would be fun. That
Well,
would
let's
be
move
fun.
into the play-in tournament. A little bit more exciting than the East play-in tournament. We got up top, Phoenix Suns, Warriors, Blazers.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't want to blow out the mic, man. And
Uh,
then finally, the LA Clippers. I have to start with the most interesting team on this. Can you pick?
you're gonna say the Clippers.
Yeah, I'm going to say the Clippers. Watch them on Sunday. Pure dominance. You don't even know who's playing. Brooke Lopez has 5 points. He's the first one to come off the floor from halftime, slowly practicing by himself right in front of the cheerleaders while they're still on court. Ended up
Oh
with
yeah.
5 points, but I don't know how that's going to suffice in the rookie backup center to any
Say his
sort
name.
of, oh gosh, He is,
Niederhauser?
dude, it's Conan's Ehrenhauser or something like that because
Yeah, it's
they
a full
include the
half moon.
Conan. It's almost comparable to the Shea rookie Clippers jersey and the Giannis Antetokounmpo jersey. Like, and that's to the extreme. I was showing that. I was like, okay, all right, well, you see his jersey, and then you see this guy named Chris Dunn.
Yeah,
Look at that's how long that guy's last name is. It was an
yeah,
exciting game, but 25 and 27, they played the Houston Rockets twice, and then they're done till the All-Star break. If they can even that up, that puts them over, hypothetically, the Portland Trail Blazers. Zach, imagine the energy after a long week break coming back, playing 500 ball with a couple other roster moves solidified.
yeah. Out of those bottom four teams, they have the best player in Kawhi. Kawhi's been playing unbelievable. He's averaging a career high. I mentioned this. He gets where he wants, and he's just a bucket getter. Every time he shoots it, you're like, it kind of looks broken almost because just his shot form, I'd say.
Yes, it's calculated.
But it's just a line drive right into the back of the rim.
Oh, yeah.
And then into the net, obviously. Um, but yeah, this team is thin, man. They are playing random dudes. I do think they're well coached, whether it's Ty Lue or the bench coaches.
Van
Um,
Gundy,
but it's that second lineup that's going to kill them. It's their bench. When Kawhi's out, it is a tough watch.
it and they maintain because the Wolves couldn't find a single shot, a lot of turnovers. They seemed, Zach, I have to say they seemed in sync and knew what the game plan was coming in.
Yeah.
When Chris Dunn was in, when Kawhi wasn't, Natalie, my girlfriend, looked over to me and goes, "They can't lose this guy. Chris Dunn will stay attached to the point. It's
Yeah.
insane and incredibly. Kobe Sanders, they just converted to a standard contract. He'll play the rest of the way. This is a team that had sitting Bradley Beal and Chris Paul this whole for most of the season. Traded
hmm
away Zubac and Harden and have Garland sitting too. If they can get Garland back,
hmm
trying to find his fucking injury update. My gosh. Finding an injury update in the
He's not
NBA,
playing for a while.
like I don't even think there's a chance he can play till after the break. Like
No, he
it,
won't. He'll play in maybe a few weeks, I'd say.
yeah, see, that's
2 or 3
terrible.
weeks.
That's so sad
Yeah, it
because
is sad.
I'd very much like to see him play.
Very much
Um,
kind of like like older Kawhi, like previous Kawhi. Kind of didn't know when he was playing, when he wasn't.
yeah,
Um, that could be a problem for the Clippers. But I do think that, I mean, if you have the best player in the game, you have a chance to win every game. It's just as
yeah.
simple as that.
And could we talk about my Warriors just for a second?
Yeah.
Just a couple fun wins, still 4-6 in the last 10. Memphis Grizzlies won, though it was a very, very hard to watch. Guy Santos turn over the ball when he drives to the lane, or Brandon putting up some terrible shots. Somehow we pull it off on a team that's tanking
hmm
on a last second shot. Thank you, D'Anthony Melton, again. I mean, this team is just, I want to see Chris Porzingis and Curry. Hopefully that can happen, just like I'm wishing for the Clippers after All-Star break with Steph now out till then. I would love
hmm
that. And Zach, it just haunts me. Not the Giannis speculation, just the possibility of Jimmy Butler playing on this team with Kristaps Porzingis, a healthy one, and still have Moses Moody at the two or whatever you want. It's sad not to, think about it and get a little bit excited about it. But that's never going to happen. At least not this year. He just had surgery.
Correct.
Um,
Acceptance is the next stage of grief.
we can talk about your
Let's.
Blazers if you want. We don't have to.
Yeah, I do think they're the most fun team in the league. I'm just trolling. That's a little troll. But this team's getting healthy. That's the main thing. Not just Denny. Jeremy Grant's missed some time. Shaden Sharp has missed some time. Scoot has just came back. Um, this team has missed a lot of bodies, and they're sneaky. They have three guys that average basically 20 or more in Denny, Shaden, and Jeremy Grant. And then your next guys are Drew, Tumani Kamara, who just had a 30 bomb the other day.
Oh, he's still in the league.
Kamara, man, a 7 for 8
It's
on
been
threes.
quiet,
Come
but
on.
defense doesn't really get the clips now, does it, buddy?
No, but one of my favorite things to do is Find whoever Tumani Kamara is guarding and bet they're under in points.
You know what, Zach? I need you there betting because it seemed like all the Super Bowl commercials was gambling, AI, and a couple
Beer.
movies and a beer run, I guess.
Yeah.
Our economy's built on it a little bit here, but a guy you haven't mentioned enough here is these rebound numbers that Klingon's been posting up,
I'm
man.
gonna I was gonna get to him. He was the next. He was and he still got these bigs in both Donovan Clingan and Robert Williams. Robert Williams has been healthy. He shoots threes. Robert Williams shoots threes now. I don't know if you watch a Blazer game in the net in the last 3 months, but he shoots and he's consistent on threes, which didn't think he would ever have that to his game. But
I am shocked. Are you serious?
I'm dead ass,
I
yeah.
guess, pardon me, guys. Maybe it's because I don't scroll to the 3-point percentage for Robert Williams ever compared to other players. That, oh, he went 2 for 2 against the Sixers last game and 1 for 1, shooting 43. Okay, how many total, guys? Come here.
He's
Attempted per
he's
game.
consistent. He's consistent. He's a corner three guy, and it's no one's playing up on him, so he's getting open threes.
He must
Um,
have been doing this after an injury and just said, I've got something to work on because it's 0.4 3-pointers attempted per game.
yeah,
He's ramping
but
it
he's
up,
still
man.
a threat. They do shoot the worst 3-point percentage in the league. But they're slowly going up. So if they shoot above the league average, they're like 16 and 6. So if they shoot above 37% or 30, whatever it is
Yeah.
from three, they have a great record because Denny gets some free throws and it's a really good defensive team. And there's a lot of fun players. I'm very excited to go tomorrow, and I wish you were a little more excited, but it's okay.
I am excited. I wish you'd come pick me up, but that's okay. Um,
Who
I
do you
will
think
say
I am, an
they
Uber?
well, I only live 10 minutes away. There's two things that's probably going to happen here
That's
with
20 minutes.
yeah, 20 minutes to see your boy and talk to me in the car. We used to be in the car together all the time. It's not that big of a
Yeah.
deal.
All right.
Um, I didn't know that about Robert Williams, and there's a couple other moves here that they need to do with their roster. Both of two of their two-way guys, Caleb Love and Sidi Sissoko, are both about a couple games away from using their two-way vacancy. I do believe they clearly have a push for the plan. I think there's even a chance of making the playoffs.
Hmm.
And those guys are reliable. I know Scoot Henderson is back, but I do see them doing two moves here. Ryan Rupert, their former second round pick that will not
He's
turn
gone.
into anything else. I think he's on a final year. He needs to
I'm
be
sorry
waived.
to admit he's gone. Yeah.
And for what you've already paid Matisse Thybulle so far this year, if you waive him now, it's not going to hurt you too bad.
Nope. Because this bottom is, I mean, I've watched more Blazers game than any other team. Blake Wesley has a role.
So fast.
I've told you he's De'Aaron Fox fat.
I
Like
watched him a little last night.
you saw him just probably zip down. I mean, they beat the Sixers by 30.
It was a good game
Um,
last night. I watched a little bit. I had the 3-game multi-game going right last
we
night.
didn't even bring up Vit Krejci, who is a 3-point specialist, who what they need for being the team that's last in 3-point percentage.
Zach, I did see him wedgie it last night.
It's okay. That's hey, everyone has a bad shot or two. Um, yeah. And then Chris Murray's whatever. Thibault can go. Sissoko is just another like
He's a big guy that
Luke.
could play, or if you get an injury mid-game, can play. Like you definitely need him on the roster, and they've got a couple Rip City guys, Rip City Remix in their G League. One guy actually did get called up today, and there's another white guy on their team that shoots the lights out. By the way, if you didn't know that, like he shoots like crazy, so they can easily call him up for some extra shooting if needed for the rest of the regular season or to develop. I've been
Sure.
analyzing this roster, Zach. This team, I told you, I am analyzing this roster. I've got a couple ideas here. I have to
Okay.
say, I did like some of the steps that Scoot Henderson was getting in the other day. No pressure. He's not going to be expecting a contract extension. Do not sign him to a contract extension when he starts becoming eligible this summer. All right,
Nope.
let it play out.
Let it play out. You got Dame in the chamber still.
Yeah.
3-point contest.
we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get to our next segment now. We're bringing it back. Bye or bye. I'm gonna ask a couple questions for Zach. Do you have any for me?
That was a little cringy.
Well,
Uh,
I asked the roommate, have you heard about it? He's like, You mean bye or bye?" I was like, "All right, sweet, it's
all right,
working." We're gonna talk about that when we get it back on the break. Zach, I've got some loaded ones for you, and if you got any for me, toss them, and we'll call it.
sounds good.
All right, peace, everyone.
All
All
right,
right,
lock the
everybody,
fuck in.
we're back, yo. We did this segment, Zach, after we did our first East and West previews.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, we did this really, really early in the season. I want to say maybe week 6 of the season. We're on episode 18, 19 here, so some things have changed. Wish
Dang.
I wish we did some research, or at least I did, of what we said previously on that segment and just
Yeah,
see how we are looking back at it. But guys, we didn't.
we should
Sorry.
have.
I've got a couple ones. I was planning this one out. I think the top one here that I wanted to ask you is coming off that 41 point game high, that dominating win of Kawhi Leonard over a fully healthy Timberwolves team. Is Kawhi Leonard buy or buy? Is Kawhi a top 10 player in the league right now?
Trying to do some math in my head of guys I put above him. I mean, he's right around there. All currently right now, I'll buy it as in BUY.
BUY.
Yeah.
Clearly you've got Jokic, Shea. If we're talking top 10, and if Kawhi's in the conversation, there's a chance because you got to put Luca in there, Steph,
Giannis.
Giannis, Wemby,
Wemby's close. Yeah, right around there.
Steph. Or
And
should I say Ant first?
I'd be hesitant to put Steph. And Cade's up there.
Yep.
So like
Now,
he's
would
right.
you put Donovan Mitchell, Steph, or Jalen Brunson or Jalen Brown?
I thought about Brunson. Everyone else I would be fine putting Kawhi over right now, just how dominant he is.
Yeah, over Steph. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
So he can easily sneak in there. Again, Zach, you mentioned a career offensive game for him. He's dragging these Clippers, like we said before, to hopefully a 500 game, which those two matchups will be pretty intense. Hopefully, good back-to-back games here against the Rockets. But dragging this team around career high in points, that's still sitting at exactly 28. He's missed about 13 games so far through the season. Still eligible for all NBA teams and awards after there.
Hmm.
Um, I can't get over the chance of any player hitting close to 50, 40, 90 is lock them in. If you hit 50, 40, 90, is that a lock? If you're a full-time starter, if you hit 50, 40, 90 and above 20
Probably.
points per game, is that a lock for an all NBA team? Pretty damn close.
It
I'd put
depends.
him,
Record kind of matters for all NBA as well.
yeah, I'd put him at a third all NBA right now. You're telling me you
Sure.
want?
I'm game for that.
Yeah, I mean, if Randall can get in, Kawhi can get in for he can't
R-
control who's around him. You know what I mean? He's doing his best. All right,
Yeah.
well that was a buy from Zach. He's taking all he can get.
Let me go.
All right, please.
Uh, are the buy or buy?
Dude. Ugh.
Are the Pistons contenders, like true title contenders?
That's a buy. I'm buying that. Give me all I
Money,
can. Every
buying it.
Piston, my next buy or buy for you, spoiler, was going to be, are the Pistons the clear favorites for finishing with the best regular season record?
Oh,
If you finish with the best regular season record, you are a contender.
for sure you are.
The Thunder have to deal with the Shea injury and a couple other things here and there. The Detroit Pistons still play in the East, though they have to play teams in the West.
I
They
still
are
think the Thunder are going to finish with a better record,
it could get
but
it can get really close, Zach. Get really close. I mean, right now it's
mhm, 2 games.
2 games ahead for the Thunder. They've played 2 more games.
Hmm.
I was just thinking about that a little bit. I'm liking the Detroit Pistons win against the Knicks, slowing down the Charlotte Hornets that have seemed to be getting anyone's. number. Yeah. Right now it's a 7 game series against the Cavs. And knowing
Yeah.
James Harden's playing game seven, yeah, give me that Detroit Pistons.
Sure, but do they have a chance against the team from the West? That's more like obviously we think they can win the East because they have such a good record and have Cade in them. That's Cade in them. And then can they compete in the West? Like I know we wouldn't have thought the Pacers could, but
Yeah.
might change
Um,
our opinion on anyone.
Thunder and Nuggets is hard to say. Spurs and Rockets, I think there's an absolute chance for a series win there due to
Sure.
inexperiences of the star players for both of them and the connectivity of the Detroit Pistons, and you could say even talent level. This is the Spurs' first run. Rockets haven't had a lot in the past. They could easily get to the second round in the West, no question, and potentially conference finals.
Okay, okay.
So
I
that, I
agree.
mean, that's a great question to evaluate when we're talking about all of this,
Yeah.
you know. And do you see them? So you're still you're waving goodbye on the Detroit Pistons getting the best record of the regular season, huh?
I am. I am waving that goodbye. I think the Rockets are still too deep, or the Rockets, the Thunder are still too deep. Um, Even when they've been with guys without guys, and they still find ways to win. They are just insanely good at finding those ways and just being so good around the edges, and they're still as deep as anyone, even with guys hurt. So
He's
it's
a believer. He is
I'm
a
a believer.
believer. They did get better after the trade deadline, we'll tell you that.
Hmm.
Here, I'll throw one at you, speaking on the deadline. Were the Rockets the biggest losers of the trade deadline?
By doing nothing, I did think they would do more or something. There's still a buyout market potential.
Yeah, we
Um,
mentioned Cam Thomas with the potential of that there. They did choose to pass on that. And are you telling me that none of the Chicago Bulls could receive a little bit of a phone call?
I think the Bulls might be the biggest loser. I don't think the Rockets are the biggest loser because I also would put the Mavs up there because now you can directly link your Luka to this kind of section. And those firsts are so bad in that trade that it's unbelievable. But yeah, I wouldn't call them the worst, but they definitely shocked by doing nothing. We thought they were going to be an active team at least a little bit, and they were not.
Well, I'd be curious to think if the Bulls would even listen to a potential buyout talk for Colin Sexton. They're a little crowded with already Anthony Simons and Jaden Ivey, which Jaden Ivey is not going to get bought out because they enjoy his rights. But
These Bulls guards are going viral. Uh,
Mac
Jaden
McClung is
Ivey.
back in the league.
Jaden Ivey had a funny ass clip. Everyone probably saw that one of him pounding the rock, trying to fake a pass to throw a turnover. And Colin Sexton missed a free throw and flicked off the rim.
Oh
So
my gosh.
that's what's happening in
Well, there's
Chicago.
frustrations. Dillingham and, Jaden Ivey were clearly going to stay, but if they do favor a Colin Sexton buyout, I would immediately, he's Clutch Sports. I would immediately call my agent and say, hey, what can we do to get me over to the Houston Rockets? Because we've mentioned him 2 podcasts in a row now.
Yeah,
But has his defensive moments, and he's not a bad guy to have on the team.
not at all. I think he's a guy. Before you go, we did not compare buy or buys before this. This is live. I have another Houston Rockets one,
Okay, wow.
so we're really stacking this up.
Our
Uh,
brains are like, this is why we're hosting a podcast, Scare,
it's a
though varying opinions might be favored at times.
It's a combo kind of question. One is, do you think Amen Thompson could ever be the best player on a finals team or an all NBA player? It's kind of a combo question. I
Um,
asked that,
okay.
I'll preface, because he has pretty good stats, 17, like 6 and 6 around there, give or take. He's shooting 20% from three. I know he doesn't really take threes, but in this NBA, when everyone's looking for three or at the rim, and people are realizing how efficient 3-point shots are. Three is obviously worth more than two, and finding that balance. He does not have a shot. So it's tough for me to think that he can potentially be the best player on a finals team or an all NBA guy just without any type of shot as a guard.
Well, I'll answer that then. I'm a bye, bye on the first part of him ever being the best player in our finals team.
Okay.
No. And neither will his brother. His brother might not ever. His brother is solidified as being a third best option on a championship team.
Probably best.
That's his peak. I am, oh yeah, bye, bye, bye. 100% I see Amen Thompson eventually getting an all NBA team. Absolutely. Especially if you tackle on eventually, if able, an all defensive team, which he has done. Did he do that last year?
He's
Or
a very good defensive player.
and
There's
so I
no
see that, if you get a good defensive year as well, that adds on with the smart
for sure.
voters over there. Yeah, he's defensive first team last year, Zach.
Hmm.
I knew he made it. Like he did that and get on an NBA team. I was on my phone when you were spewing out some facts there because I had to fact check myself. He did miss the last game against the Thunder, otherwise he's played every single game.
Nice. That's a huge thing.
So if we're
Do you think
talking, if we're talking all NBA with the 65 game requirement, that's a little bit in his favor as well.
it's funny because then do you think the Rocket like you said bye, you said like no, he cannot be the best player on a finals team, but will make all NBA. So that means you need two guys in the top 15. I know you have Şengün. Do you think Şengün I'm flirting with Şengün's better than Amin Thompson.
He is.
Like if you were to start if you were in a trade if they're on different teams, who hangs up first? The Amin Thompson side or the Şengün side?
I would personally hang up on the Sangoon side. I love
First?
this kid. This guy is great. He has the potential to be the best player on a championship team.
Yeah,
If he's able to still stay healthy, he's not at his peak yet. He still has some elevation work to do. He is a Luka comparison potentially of a player that can dominate offensively so much, but lacks on the defensive end. But Luka can be the best player on a championship team. I think we all believe that. Those are
yeah,
great questions, but it's hard to say. It depends on the personality of the GM because they could love the young Emman Thompson a little bit more and just love the excitement with what the build and who he is. It's a great one.
sure.
Um, Moving off the Houston Rockets, if I could, please. We'll
Please
make
don't say
this.
my team.
What's up?
Please don't say my last team.
Um, we've talked about winners. Can we talk about losers here?
Sure.
I would be good on ESPN some days, I think.
Yeah, right next to Kendrick Perkins.
I'd be very intimidated to speak my bullshit in front of Brian Windhorst, but um, did the Timberwolves win wait, we just talked about fuck, sorry. We talked about losers was the Rockets. Winners, did the Timberwolves win the trade deadline here for
Win
making
it?
a small move to amplify a potential contending roster? Did
I
they
think
win
they're
it?
a winner. I don't think they won it.
So what are you doing here, man? I asked you a question.
Is it win it? Like they
Were the Timberwolves the winner of the deadline? Buy or buy?
the way you're saying it is the winner of the deadline. I'm gonna buy that, wave that goodbye. I do love the move though. So like I think they were a winner. I don't think they're the winner. That's
Who
two
is?
different things. Um I like the depth piece in AO. And doing this Mike Conley thing, they're probably hoping they were like, please Bulls trade him just so we can get him back. Please Bulls
Who
trade him just so
is? They were fast with the video edit. I was like, dang, they just posted that. It's like going to your own funeral. Oh, that's how they feel about me, and I'm still alive.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? It
Um
must feel great. Oh, awesome. They love me
this
there.
this AO thing is great for them. They needed that bench scoring. They miss those Nah minutes very much. He's shooting a career high year, 45% from three. Um, and just a good ball handler that can move the rock and is a smart guy. And most importantly, they can sign him now this offseason. They wouldn't have been able to sign him because they didn't have his bird rights. So having his bird rights is very important for the Timberwolves this offseason. I think the Cavs won the trade deadline,
I
but
was just gonna ask, and I think we're probably on the same page. But I had to ask because I mean his debut, which I did see, it wasn't great, but um,
And I'm not even that much of a Harden guy. It's just when you trade a injured piece, and the Cavs were in win now, have to win now. Worried about Donovan Mitchell, like win now. That's how bad it was. For trading a hurt guy in a second for James Harden, who's durable, super durable, and is still a good player. That's
yeah.
gonna help you out more.
All right, you go ahead then. That was a good one.
I'm just loving these contender questions. So, can the Spurs win the title this year? Buy or buy?
Ooh,
Can they win the title?
a
They
lot
have
of
to
hype
beat.
on this podcast with this team.
They can beat the Nuggets or the Thunder, and then obviously whoever comes out of the East.
I'm
Can they?
gonna say goodbye
I
to
don't mind
that.
it. I don't mind it.
I'm saying goodbye to that. I'd be very surprised, but I'm kind of predicting the future and seeing that this team is a second round bye.
Okay,
They're making it the second round, and that's about it. And then they'll peak, then they'll get a little bit figured out, stagnant, and we'll be like, good run for the Spurs. Watch out for them for the next 5 years. Clearly, they are
sure.
building something, but they're going to be falling short and will not even touch this conference finals in the loaded West. I think if the Timberwolves and Spurs faced off in a series, it would be a interesting 7 game series to say the least. And 7 game series. Um, Gosh, sadly, I can't say the Spurs can confidently win a championship at all this year. Not even close.
Yeah, it's tough. They're so young, but I wouldn't be shocked if they made a run somehow late.
In the East, and for a different team, the standards are a little bit lower. My question is, are you buy or buying? Harden can elevate the Cavs enough to get them to the conference finals this year.
I'm gonna buy that, as in, give me that dollar store, give me that.
Okay.
Um, they're just so talented. Like Donovan Mitchell can take over, James Harden can take over. We haven't even seen them with Mobley. I think Harden will help out Mobley a
I'm
lot.
very excited to see that.
And then Jared Allen has played some games like he's wilt. But I think they can beat the second round opponent. Right now, it's the Pistons, could be the Knicks or the Celtics. I could see any of those happening. I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, it's a more veteran team than the Pistons if we had to match up
Yeah.
against them. And I think they match up decently against them. I don't know who's really guarding Cade. That'd be the issue, but no one's guarding Mobley on the other side. So, uh I would like to see that matchup, to be honest.
That would be exciting. That absolutely
Yeah.
would be. But that would also mean that the Knicks or Celtics are probably out at that point. And that leads me to an ending segment here of
No, I'm
rap.
doing I'm doing 1-4, and then Knicks Celtics are 2-3.
Oh, okay. Okay. I see how you mean. It shakes out how it is.
Yes.
While wrapping this up, I've got some rapid fire. And rapid fire is in just do the strict words of the segment. Betting on your life. Tatum is coming back as a full go playing this year. Buy or buy?
100% buy. Give me
That's a
that
locked
shit.
in.
Keep going. 100%.
Buy or buy?
27th of February. Sorry.
Con Knipple will win the 3 point contest.
Uh, Goodbye, Dame Lillard.
Dan Lillard coming back from injury, just getting some shots up.
All he does is shoot right now. He doesn't move.
We don't
Shoots.
know what his 3 point percentage is this year. So,
Could be 49.
yeah. And Bobby Portis is in there at the only big man at 46% three
I'm
point.
gonna say I'm gonna say Bobby Portis is losing that competition as well.
It's just insane. I mean, I think he can shoot that many shots in a small amount of time, but it's just like good shots to his form. I'm not sure
His
about
form's
that.
tough. His
All
form is
right.
tough to get up quick.
I had to say something, and we had to say something about Dame too being in there. Kind of awesome. Um, Surprised he doesn't want to enjoy a little break, but good for him. Maybe he has some meetings set up. Buy or buy, the Wizards will shop AD this summer.
Goodbye. I think they're just gonna run it. They didn't give up much. Why not? Let's get some fans in here. It's been a while. Trey Young, AD, you won't don't want to see that team on a Tuesday. You don't.
Zach, anything? Zach's So far, this podcast just says anything can happen in a playoff series. Anything can happen any day on the NBA night. Nothing's certain.
Nothing is certain. I mean, you're acting like I don't know, Jesus over here predicting the future.
All right,
Um,
last one here.
I got
With
one too.
okay,
You're
okay.
done.
Quickly, Amazon Prime is the top broadcast right now. Buy or buy.
Do they have that smiley face? Is that them on the bottom?
Well, the
Or,
smiley face is the logo of Amazon.
okay,
It's
that's what I thought.
connecting the
Oh,
A
it's
to
just the
Z.
it's just the whoosh.
Yeah, it's connecting A to Z as in
Yeah.
Amazon sells everything.
Yeah, they're cute. They're a cute brand. Can't lie.
They seem like a good company. They're doing
Pretty
good.
clean. The score bugs are nice and small.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, they're good. I
I
mean,
like the commentators.
the
I
top what's competitors? ESPN.
I like the Ian Eagle, Kevin Harlan, Stan Van Gundy. You get a little Del
Yeah.
Curry. I'm not the biggest Dwayne Wade fan. I am a fan of Steve Nash and Candace Parker. Blake Griffin's done fantastic. Dirk's okay. Taylor Rooks is good. Haslam's not bad, actually. Not the biggest John Wall guys, as you guys know. And they did add
Hmm.
our boy Zach Lowe to it.
Yeah, that is true.
That's an impressive roster. They're competing with
For sure.
NBC, which has died down. Did they stop doing the MJ thing, Zach?
I don't know.
And ESPN, I honestly wish that the crew almost went out when they
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
And then,
Trailblazers home broadcast is great too.
oh, don't get me wrong. I will openly admit on the podcast that the Warriors' home broadcast is one of the worst.
Hornets is the best. Yeah, they're it's a good one when it's on Prime. It
All right,
feels big time.
you
Buy
finish
or
it
buy.
off
The Wolves win tomorrow night.
against the Portland Trailblazers. Can you check the
Yeah.
spread there? Can you tell me what it is?
Do you want me to pull it up?
Yeah, please. I'm gonna guess Wolves favored by 6.5. That might be too
My guess is a
high.
little high. My guess is a little higher.
Oh, okay.
You're right on 7.
Ah, I'm buying, baby. Put me down. Maybe we'll make a little wager again
All
with
right, let's
maybe
make it right
beers.
now.
Oh, hold on. We're almost out of time here, guys.
I'll switch the line for you. Wolves 3.5. I'll take the Blazers plus 3.5. So if the
Okay.
Blazers lose by 3, I win. But if they lose by more than 3,
No,
no.
no. I want just the regular standard line. I
You want
don't
straight up
care. I would love straight up.
or to stand up? You want the standard line? You're trying to go against
No.
yourself?
I want straight up, please. I want straight up. Blazers versus. Let's not make it
No,
complicated, man.
give me 2 points.
Hmm.
The
We'll think
Wolves win by
about
a
it.
single basket.
We'll have to post a picture on the Twitter account, you
We
know.
got to decide right now.
Okay. I will buy you another beer on
Well, you're
top
buying
of
me
the
one before the
yes, on
game.
top of the beer
Okay.
that I will be buying you. If the Portland Trailblazers lose, I mean, I will buy you a beer if Portland Trailblazers lose by 2.
By 2 or 1 or win.
Correct.
Okay. So I don't even get that third point. You're
No.
sick. You are sick. All right. Hey, it's on.
Let's go, guys. We appreciate y'all listening. Peep everything. We're in town, watching, observing. No live podcasts, but we appreciate it. Zach, see you tomorrow, man.
Blazers. Game tomorrow.
Zach's gonna wake up with the hoodie on.
Might fuck around and do it.
Game day. All right, peace, y'all.